2012, Disney Channel came up with the brilliant idea to release their first ever original movie starring black people. Now that itself isn't a major accomplishment. I'm not some like Martin Luther, Malcolm X King YouTuber guy. I'm not that kind of YouTuber. However, I think it is pretty interesting. The film was called Let It Shine.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see them.
And it premiered on June 15, 2012. The film stars the ensemble cast of Tyler James Williams, Trevor Jackson, Coco Jones, Brandon Michael Smith, and that one guy who plays a pastor in every movie. His name's Courtney B. Vance or something. The film debuted 5.7 million viewership in America, which was the highest of that night and only second to Family Guy in the 18 to 49 demographic. Why was this film so popular? Well, in short, Let It Shine is 8 Mile with black people. The story is apparently a retelling of the 1897 play Cyrano de Bergerac, a story about an awkward man who uses someone else to tell his poems to a woman that he's in love with. It's 8 Mile with black people. Let It Shine was the first Disney musical that was aimed towards the hip-hop demographic, and they went all out. They had a black cast, black music, everything, man. They even had Adam Hicks on the writing staff. The majority of the actors in the film are black, so it's not a secret who this is aimed for. This movie is allegedly a gospel movie or a Christian movie, but I'll be the judge of that. Disney Channel's Let It Shine. So it starts off with a beautiful piano melody that Cyrus is definitely not playing.
She's really good.
This fat boy can really sing though, God bless him. Cyrus hits the button on his laptop and a funky groove busts out. That was such a late reaction. I love how it's the guitar that finally makes him realize what's going on. It's music. That slide was smooth as hell. Let's wind that back real quick. Chloe and Halle are in this movie. Chloe and Halle are a twin musician duo that came up on the Disney programming like many stars we see today, such as Selena Gomez, the Jonas Brothers, and Demi Lovato. Chloe and Halle, like many others who came up in the Disney programming, are Manchurian candidates, allegedly. So what are Manchurian candidates, you ask? Well, they're basically puppets who are born into the industry with like rich families. They're trained from like the womb to excel and become stars in whatever programming they're assigned to. Like you have many Manchurian candidates like LeBron James, Drake. A lot of the stars you see in Hollywood are born through nepotism. But anyway, back to the movie. I just love how bewildered the pastor is. Like, did no one key you in that this was gonna happen? You don't watch any of the rehearsals? Surely some high-ranking member of the church could have seen this and reported it. If not, that's pretty rude. It's worth noting that this is a quote-unquote Christian movie, but the dances here are clearly like ritualistic dances usually performed for pagan gods, like this clip right here. Chu's dad isn't happy about the rap and rebukes him at home. We found out his name is Cyrus in reference to King Cyrus of the Bible. King Cyrus was the king of Persia and ended the Babylonian Empire as spoken of Genesis.
I assumed your talent would be used to sing praises to the Lord.
I know that. That's why it was a gospel rap and not, something inappropriate.
That's a good point here. Cyrus did do a gospel rap.
Gospel rap.
Yeah, the lyrics didn't give God his praise, but that was more of the fault of the song selection.
Any rap is inappropriate as far as I'm concerned. Rap is the devil's music and does not belong in a house of worship.
This is something I'm iffy about. A lot of Christians take this stance and say rap isn't God's music and all that, but I don't know. He gave us the ability and the gift of raps.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
So it's clear we can use it for his glory. But I see his point. 95% of rap promotes sex, hedonism, sodomy, drugs, violence, all kinds of other crap. But at least it's more reasonable than the town of Footloose. Oh yeah, this is also Footloose with black people. Cyrus is making beats in his room. The scene is really filler, but I find it hilarious.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, what is this beat, bro? That's awful. Also, Cyrus is a terrible actor.
Yeah, that's it.
Cyrus sneaks to the club in his motorcycle. Oh, this dude is balling. What the hell? We get to the club and Cyrus has no game because he's ugly. We meet Cyrus's friend Chris, who dresses like the New Boys, 2005 Chris Brown, and Rob Dyrdek had a baby. He's the cool one who gets all the girls, somehow. A rap battle's about to start and I just want to talk about this club for a second. What the hell is this place exactly? Is it a club or like an underground rap battle dungeon where you just go and you rap in secret? Is rap treated like Footloose dancing in this town? I have no clue. Why is this place exist? There's no adults, so it can't be a club. I don't know, who cares? They're rapping to crown the rap king, whatever that means. The battle is the boss versus the lord of the bling. And this guy by far is the best part of this movie. The Lord of the Bling is the villain of the movie. He's like the undefeated rap king. They have a rap battle. It's actually pretty good. You know, growing up, I always thought the boss got robbed here, but like, Lord of the Bling definitely took this battle. He was able to use the boss's own wordplay and cadence against him and have better punchlines by far. Except that one part where he has the nerve to say the boss's pants are too tight. Like, bruh, who are you fooling, Bling? These pants are tight as hell. Look at him. You already say past the whole movie. Do you watch these things? And what's wrong with the boss's hat? How is this even staying on? Did this guy get his hat bending skills from T.I. or something? Cyrus has a verse about being a better rapper than the fools on the stage or whatever.
But I'm stuck here busting all these tables.
Cyrus is a hater, like a massive hater, especially on Lord of the Bling, the Lord of the Bling. Like whenever the Lord of the Bling is rapping, they show Cyrus making unimpressed hater faces at his bars, I guess because they're not clever or whatever. But Cyrus' bars are pretty damn mediocre during that 30-second verse he has.
But I'm stuck here busting all these tables.
The Lord of the Bling wins and announces he's gonna win the rap grand slam during the climax. Cyrus and Lord of the Bling have an altercation that's absolutely hilarious.
Bruh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are. Sorry?
You messed up my new shoes, stupid.
I got one question for you. What are those?
Lord of the Bling roasts Cyrus and Cyrus is unimpressed. See, this is what I really don't like about Cyrus. You just come off as a hater with no guts. Like, you talking kind of about this guy, you making all these faces like he can't rap. But he's a better rapper than you, first of all.
Tables.
And when he finally confronts you, he challenges you, he puts the mic on your face, you just walk away. Like, come on, Cyrus. I can't hate, I can't judge. But, you know, Cyrus right now, I don't really like him as a character. But I understand, he has flaws. You know, that's a good thing. Chris has to give Cyrus advice on becoming a Chad. We all know that one person who's a Chad and tries to tell you how really easy it is to become a Chad, man. Like, bro, just live, man. Just grow a chin, bro. Come on.
To do is get your flow tight, get some new fat gear, work on your stage presence, hit the gym a little bit, get a haircut, moisturize that ashy skin, and if you put some zit cream on that forehead.
Cyrus and Chris see Roxy on TV, and I don't really care. Roxy's just not interested as a character at all. There's like a contest to get signed to her satanic record label or something, who cares? Cyrus makes a song everyone who watched the movie knows and loves. It's actually pretty good. It's glorifying Roxy and talking about his crush on her.
More than I like more than I love. Baby, I'ma make you mine.
Cyrus is late to church, and his dad does that thing all black pastors do when their kids screw up. He goes on a rant during the sermon. Now, I agree with some of the things in the sermon, but I also disagree with quite a lot.
Today's youth, they say they're not in church because it's too early on Sunday and they too tired.
What's wrong with that? Dealing with school and sometimes work drains the life out of you. Also, wouldn't it kill you to start church a little bit later? I'm just saying. Seems like you set him up for this sermon. Also, church is not the only place you can build a relationship with God. Have you ever tried that? It seems like you don't even speak to Cyrus unless you're rebuking him from our point of view. I don't know what goes on in your house.
I'm tired too.
I hear you.
Tired of being blasted by harsh language out of car stereos.
I hear you.
Tired of seeing our girls with their shorts and their skirts too high. Tired of looking at our boys wearing their pants too low.
The sagging era, what a time. Now I just wear dresses. This is actually a pretty accurate depiction of a black church though. Kudos to Disney for doing their research. They got the mannerisms, the clothing, the singing, pretty much everything down. Now while I agree with everything the pastor is saying about sagging, skimpy outfits, disrespect, and blasphemy of our Father in heaven, this is not the way to do it. Rebuking your son in front of an entire crowd of people is only going to push him away from religion and God. Have you tried talking to him like once about any of his hobbies, about the rap stuff, about truth, the Lord of the Bling, anything? Like you don't even know he has his job at the secret underground nightclub or whatever. And what about Titus 3:2-3? To speak evil of no one, to avoid quarreling, to be gentle, and to show perfect courtesy towards all people. For we ourselves were once foolish, disobedient, led astray, slaves to various passions and pleasures, passing our days in malice and envy, hated by others, and hating one another. You had to pull the wood out of your own eye before your brother. I understand why older folks get frustrated with the youth. We're very ignorant and we're very blasphemous. But think about how you brought them up first before getting angry, because they only do what the original generation before them allows them to do. You feel me? And notice the word Jesus is like never uttered in this quote-unquote Christian movie. We cut back to Roxy and her handler. Her critics hate her because she uses autotune or whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Roxy loves Truth's song and says he's the winner. The handler immediately thinks Chris is Truth because he's attractive. This is where the entire conflict of the film resides on from here on out. I've always hated this. Because why did Cyrus send a picture of both of them? That's a rhetorical question. I understand that he wanted her to know it was him from elementary school for leverage to win the contest. Did you not have any pictures of you in front of Chris Cyrus at all? Either way, Roxy's shallow. Back at the club, Chris won the contest, but not really. He's being interviewed by three...
Oh, hell no!
What the hell's wrong with Disney's fashion, man? Always been awful. Disney's fashion has always been terrible looking back. This shit's hilarious. Disney, what were you thinking? Roxy comes in and Cyrus has no game. It's funny.
You look the same. I mean, exactly like you did in 3rd grade.
Hey. Cups of the rose.
Roxy really wants Chris. Also, interesting thing I noticed, could be reaching. The character with the name Chris, one letter short of Christ, is portrayed as a dumb, scheming liar pretending to be truth, while King Cyrus is the humble servant who is the real truth. Very clever, Disney. Roxy sings and it's an okay song. A lot of satanic elements here, such as the checkerboard, ritualistic dancing, and the black and white for duality. Also the Star of David, aka Baphomet, on the floor. Roxy's outfit is the most Disney. Now that I mention it, Chris up here just as Marty McFly. Chris and Cyrus find out that Cyrus was the one who really won, but who cares? The Lord of the Bling is up here.
Look who's talking, Roxy the diva. She's got him on the leash like a golden retriever.
Cyrus talks with the club manager. I don't know who this guy's supposed to be. He's like Cyrus' mental, he's like Cyrus' father figure or something in the movie. I don't know. Cyrus tells him that he's really truth and there was a mistake in the selection because Roxy thinks Chris is taller. Yeah, Cyrus, she thinks Chris is taller.
I guess they thought Chris was truth because he's tall.
That's messed up.
Cyrus goes to reveal the truth, but gets cucked by Chris's good looks. Chris somehow convinces Cyrus to let him pretend to be truth so he can bag Roxy. Wow. Chris is a terrible friend. I'm gonna say it. Chris, like, honestly has zero redeeming qualities as a friend or a character throughout the entire movie. This man literally convinces his best friend to let him steal his identity and his hard work so he can bag the girl his best friend wants. Chris is a terrible friend. No, I don't like Chris. Chris is an awful friend. He doesn't even redeem himself by the end of the movie, really. But yeah, we'll get to that. Cyrus is honestly a good dude, man. Cyrus is a really unselfish friend. As Philippians 2:4 said, let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. Also, 1 Corinthians 10:24, let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor. But I don't think that means let your friends steal your own identity. But hey, lean not on your own understanding. We get to the studio and they convince Roxy's handler to let Cyrus be an engineer. Roxy's handler was clearly hired because they couldn't get the mom for Good Luck Charlie. Like, she looks just like the mom for Good Luck Charlie. All her lines and like enunciations are just like the mom for Good Luck Charlie. This is a bootleg mom for Good Luck Charlie. Roxy finds him lip syncing, and this is the most stupid scene in the movie. I'm sorry. There's absolutely no way you can be convinced that is Chris. I don't give a damn how dark it is. Look at his head. Only Cyrus has that long oblong shaped head. Only Cyrus has that long oblong shaped head. This dude even gets up close to the window. Come on, that's obviously Cyrus. Roxy's either an idiot or playing dumb. I believe the second option, but we'll get to that. Cyrus freestyles a whole R&B hit calling Roxy a race car or whatever.
You can make it easy like a race car driver.
No lie though, Truth's a good ass rapper. He would have killed that R&B rap cliche that Drake was doing at the time that really just started going mainstream. The song gets Roxy wet and Chris almost finesses a makeout session before Cyrus cock blocks. Rightfully so. Cyrus is back at church in a 15-second scene that really does nothing but establish that Cyrus' dad does not want him putting rap into the church music. They really don't focus on the church at all outside of making it some kind of obstacle Cyrus has to overcome, I guess. You could remove the church completely from the field and nothing changes. I mean, it is Disney Channel, so I'm not shocked. But why is Cyrus even at the church anymore when he's a full-time engineer now? The man is making bank. Cyrus is back at the studio making a beat and Chris steals all the credit. Like I said earlier, Chris has zero redeeming qualities as a character and becomes more and more asshole-ish as the movie progresses.
I love the Beatles.
Oh, me too. Yeah, that's my favorite group.
Really? What's your favorite album?
The greatest hits.
And my future star, Truth. I think we're gonna update your wardrobe a little bit. Okay, go with me. Justin Timberlake meets Usher with just a dash of Will.i.am.
That sounds terrifying. Roxy's handler reveals Roxy has a headline act at the Rap Glam Slam or whatever. I guess it's like 106 and Park in this movie.
Well, I made a few phone calls, stroked a few egos, and I convinced them that Roxy here is gonna help boost their ticket sales.
Yeah, I'm sure you stroked more than some egos to get this gig. The club manager is mad Cyrus won't show up to work at time. But bro, why is Cyrus still working here? He's a full-time engineer at the record label. This man really has 3 jobs right now. He grinding, bro. Cyrus is grinding. The club manager actually gives Cyrus some good advice about Cyrus being a man and having confidence in himself. This is probably one of the best scenes in movie acting.
You just gotta speak up for yourself and be who you really are.
Who am I really?
Your truth.
Oh.
Yeah, and truth is a bad cat.
Cyrus has rap montage about a guardian angel. Yeah, totally some Christian vibes going on here. The lyrics of the song are pretty suspect too. Roxy somehow gets the location of his underground rap club and just walks in. So the club manager didn't lock the door or something. Or is Cyrus supposed to lock up? But wait, is it opening or closing? Because it's broad daylight outside. How long is this club open and what are the hours? Also, where the hell is this instrumental from? Because when Roxy comes in, we can hear the beat playing with Roxy's voice. So is this a pre-recorded track? How did Cyrus get his hands on this? Roxy puts 2 and 2 together and finds out Cyrus sounds exactly like Chris when rapping. Alright, there's no excuse here not to know truth is Cyrus. So I'm going to go full schizo mode. Roxy and her handler both know Cyrus is true, but are still going with the lie that Chris is because they know Cyrus doesn't have the looks to be a star. As long as Cyrus will goofily play along with the free ghostwriting and producing, they have nothing to worry about to keeping this lie going. The record label gets the star, Roxy gets Chris gets Roxy, and Cyrus, well, everyone can't win.
That's messed up.
Roxy and the handler are both already deep into the satanic music industry and know how cutthroat it is. Cyrus is getting the short end of the stick here. Also, Roxy's a dumbass.
You might just be the best lip syncer I've ever seen.
Chris stands Roxy up for their date and Cyrus goes full simp mode. Chris is wilding at this point. Not only is he stealing Cyrus' fame, he ain't even care about Roxy.
I don't know, maybe we can go grab something together? Or not. I don't know what you were thinking.
Their day is going on and they learn a lot about each other. They got a lot in common. Yo, Cyrus looks 30 years old. Why is he sipping over this girl? Coco Jones is like 13 during this film. And Tyler James Williams is at least 21. Probably older. They walk in the park and see this random night rap battle going on. I guess rap batting is like Pokemon in this universe. You just challenge dudes. It's between Super Hot Fire and Machine Gun Kelly. Jokes aside, I know I'm not the only one who thought this nigga Revelation was Super Hot Fire growing up. Like, this is clearly supposed to be Super Hot Fire, but Disney couldn't get the rights or something. Also, his name is Revelation, reference to the book of Revelation in the Bible, of course. Y'all should read it, it's some heavy stuff. The rap battle is pretty great, actually. Revelation takes it easily because the scheme and bars were just so much better than Phantom Styles. No matter what Revelation said, he won simply by how awful this bar was.
When it comes to your rhymes, they're the worst.
That whole verse was mid. By the way, how did this dude manage to beatbox full percussion? The Lord of the Bling arrives, challenge Revelation, and roast Cyrus again.
You out on the town with the geek. What?
What up?
What? Yeah, that's right. Can't stop, won't stop. Come on, run away, little boy.
Leave him alone.
Rocks.
You sort of violates this man. Like, eesh, come on, Cyrus. At least say something back. I understand turning the other cheek. That's good, Cyrus. You never know. Lord of the Blink could have a gun or something. We found out that the Rap Grand Slam is the underground rap club. So is this an official thing like Hollywood magazine shit? Then why is Cyrus the only employee there? Roxy shows up at the church and sings another song. This one's actually great. It's about coming home to God and receiving His mercy and love after accepting that you're a sinner. It's very powerful and the best song in the movie by far. It's also the only song that references God in this 1 hour and 40-minute movie that takes place in a church for 30% of the time. Cyrus' dad spits a fire sermon about being half and half with God and the devil. He goes on about living in hypocrisy, thinking one day of prayer is enough to spend time with God, and how you can't say you live for God after going to church on Sunday and then partying on the club on Monday. And he's absolutely right. God says himself in his word, Matthew 6:24, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one or love the other, or else ye will hold to one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Plain as day. Also in James 4:4, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. Note James calls us adulterers and adulteresses. Why? Because our relationship with God, specifically His Son Christ, is described as a marriage or relationship between man and woman in the Bible. When you give more time to the world, especially the really evil parts of the world, you cannot be of God since He is pure. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some perfect saint because I'm not. None of us are. But the movie tries to paint Cyrus as some villain for speaking truth because of the Disney Channel. And we know most of the content that comes from Disney is degenerate brainwashing on the masses. Roxy gets offended because she probably sold her soul for her music career and storms out the church. All I can think of is Hebrews 4:12. For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. It hurt, didn't it, Roxy? Cyrus' dad gets banished to the sofa by his wife because he made Roxy upset. And I guess he did target her, but was it really that bad? He didn't call her out by name and try to paint himself as some saint. He just preached vaguely and touched her soul. It's not his fault Roxy got upset. Cyrus finds Roxy for the video shoot and apologizes on behalf of her dad.
He's entitled to his opinion just like everybody else.
Yeah, but his opinion is wrong and unfair. I mean, he should never judge you like that.
It's not wrong or unfair. Is it harsh? Yeah, but it's true. He didn't judge Roxy. He made an astute observation and commented on it. Was anything he said particularly wrong? Why is no one even saying that? Is anyone acknowledging that nothing he said was wrong? Chris appears and has a jacket with checkerboard print on it, so we know he's been fully indoctrinated into the industry. Chris curves Roxy again, making me wonder what the hell is the point of carrying this lie? I thought the whole point of this was to get with Roxy.
I spoke to the folks at the Grand Slam, and I got them to agree to let you perform with Roxy.
Yes, that's great.
We still don't really know what the Grand Slam is or what the point of it is.
But the Grand Slam has a no lip sync policy, so you're gonna have to perform the rap live.
Why the hell is there a no lip sync policy? No, most rappers and musicians do not sound like they're recording at all. Who the hell wants to hear a non-auto-tune and mixed version of a song they love live? This is a stupid plot point for the sake of a climax. Cyrus pulls Chris aside to talk about the obvious problem of Chris rapping live, but his ego is fully turned on at this point. It's also revealed that Chris now doesn't give a shit about Roxy and wants a concubine. At this point, you think it's time for Cyrus to step in and put the kibosh on this facade.
Cause she's not like other girls.
Oh, Cyrus, you sim. Chris performs and emphasizes my theory more and more why they know Cyrus is the truth but don't care. Could you guys see Cyrus pulling this elaborate dance of choreography off? No! Chris may be a scumbag, liar, and narcissist, but he has charisma and presence and the look that matters more than talent in the industry. And that's the truth. The look matters more than talent in the industry. Cyrus talks to Roxy and gets blackpilled on woman nature. Roxy can't understand why a Chad like Chris doesn't focus all his attention on her and has hundreds of other girls on him. So she blames herself.
I'm saying Chris deserves somebody who's real. Am I even worthy enough to be his girl?
She belongs to the streets.
Cyrus' dad arrives and apologizes. Well, I don't think he did anything wrong. It was the right mature thing to do. At least now Roxy won't completely shout the gospel. Cyrus' dad's a good character. The club manager of course comes in and spills the bean on Cyrus' job.
Cyrus, I need you to get to work. The place is a mess and I'll never have it ready in time for opening.
Wow, the boldness of this dude to finish the sentence off. Also, the club manager can't act. Cyrus and his dad have an argument about Cyrus working there, and the dad tells Cyrus they're leaving.
We'll continue this conversation in private. We're going home. And don't make me repeat myself.
No.
Wow, Tyler James Williams plays a sheltered kid well. That no had so much fear and freedom in it. Like, between this and Everybody Hates Chris, he's really good at playing that sheltered black kid. You know, Tyler James Williams, I give you a W for that. You're a good actor. If this was a Disney movie, Cyrus would have got the shit slapped out of him.
Levi needs me here. I have a job to do, and that would not be fair to him.
Oh, his name is Levi, for Levites or Leviticus. Cool. Cyrus' dad's name is also Jacob, or Israel for those who read Genesis. Also cool. Cyrus gets home and they finally say the name Jesus in the movie, and it caught me off guard.
I don't care if Jesus himself told you to go up in that club and get a job. He was testing you, and you failed that test.
How do you know? You don't know why Jesus told him to work at that club. This is a problem a lot of pastors have, thinking they know exactly what God meant when he told someone something.
Jacob, he's just trying to show you his songs.
Really? How is he trying to show him his songs by lying to him and getting a job behind his back? He didn't show Jacob a single song throughout the movie except that Joyful Noise remix. Also, how did they not know he had like 2 jobs? Dude's riding a motorcycle and is the producer of the #1 song in the country. We get another montage and the song here is actually one of the best songs in the movie. Probably the best, but it's hard to decide. This movie has a terrific soundtrack. The song of choice is Who I'm Gonna Be, sung by Coco Jones. I'm gonna go full schizo mode here again. The hook of the song is Who I'm Gonna Be is up to you, is up to me. Where I'm gonna go, I don't really know, it's a mystery. Call me crazy, but is that not a song about a person running away from a guy and deciding that what they do with their lives is their own hands and not his? I'm just saying. The where I'm gonna go, I don't really know is a mystery line, sounds like a reference to life after death, either heaven or hell. But who knows? Wouldn't put it past Disney or this movie with all the religious themes they've shown. The whole montage is basically Cyrus being mad Chris has all his fame and popularity. We find out the Lord of Bling is actually a taxi cab driver. Oh no, he has a 9-to-5 job, who cares? Roxy returns and her and Cyrus go on a walk.
Did you hear that idiot Bling made it into the finals?
Yeah, I kind of figured he would be.
But yeah, he's easily the best rapper in the movie. Why always hate on my man Lord the Bling, man?
Chris writes me amazing love songs, but when we're alone, it's like he's somebody else. I guess I just wish he and I connected more like you and I do.
Yeah, Roxy totally knows Cyrus is truth. I don't care. I wish I had a guy like you. Classic. Roxy and Cyrus are in the record store. They almost kiss. It's like the funniest almost kiss scene I've ever seen in the movie. There's no build up to this kiss at all. And Roxy does not sell the fact that she's even into Cyrus. Like, the lead-in doesn't even look like they're really gonna kiss. But Cyrus is an A+ performance here. She looks devastated he couldn't kiss that 40-year-old Coco Jones. Cyrus has had enough of this cucking and finally confronts Chris about his sleazeball antics. They get into a big argument where Cyrus pretty much dismantles Chris on being a talentless hack who stole his entire flow and couldn't wrap a present with paper and scotch tape. And Chris calls him a hater. You know you spit some truth when someone just calls you a hater in response. Yo, Cyrus gives off real school shooter vibes here. Chris claps back saying Cyrus is a punk and a wimp for never standing up for himself, and he's kinda right. They fight and Cyrus storms off and tells Chris he's on his own for the Grand Slam tomorrow. Cyrus home now and spills the beam to his mom that he's true.
This isn't truth. I am.
What?
What? You're telling me that she knows who Truth is and couldn't tell that's her son? That's BS. So how famous is Truth? Is he a local celebrity or like international? We saw his names on taxi cabs and buildings and shit. So what is his level of fame? Cyrus has a change of heart and decides he has to stop Chris from embarrassing himself and reveal the truth.
I've been reading your song lyrics, and I've actually enjoyed them. Once I got past the fact they were rap songs.
Cyrus' dad has a real hate boner for rap. Did his brother get killed in a car accident after listening to rap and he just attributed to that or some shit?
Hey son, I've realized I've been focused on the type of music as opposed to its message. And your songs have messages of caring, of sacrifice, devotion, good Christian values.
Not really. They've mostly been about simping over Roxy, but I guess he has some deep lyrical stuff in his notebook we didn't see. They finally make up. The rap Grand Slam has begun, and alright, this has to be stopped. Why doesn't Roxy have an actual fashion designer, or why is Roxy's handler insistent on pushing her off of fashion? This is a decision that gets you fired on the spot. Where the hell is Roxy's record label? I mean, seriously, what is this? Roxy tells her handler she's not doing the humiliation ritual and walks off. Now, in real life, her handler would make a couple calls and get all her bank accounts shut down, and maybe even worse till she plays ball. But it's a kid's film, so we'll let that slide. Cyrus finds Chris and they make up.
I couldn't even sleep thinking about the fact that I'm not you, and that I can never be you, man.
I don't believe you at all. You absolutely love the limelight and the girls and all of that. Only now that you've been put on the spot and about to be exposed, you realize this was a mistake. Chris is still a bad friend. Props to Cyrus for forgiving him though. The Lord of the Bling arrives and calls them both busters, and it starts off before the final battle.
Roxy?
Cyrus, hey.
You look different.
She looks exactly the same. Outside of that ridiculous outfit for this one part in the movie to justify this plot point, she's dressed relatively normal. Roxy Truth performed their song Me and You, which everyone knows, and Cyrus comes out instead of Chris, and the manager has to pretend she didn't know the whole time. The big reveal is out, and now the whole world knows who Truth really is.
This is it, I gotta know. Should I stay or should I go?
So the manager is pissed Chris and Cyrus fucked her money up. That record deal is gone. Roxy gets mad and storms off. Now I really wanted to be mad at Roxy for this scene because it was her fault for assuming Chris was Truth, but Cyrus went along with it instead of manning up and admitting he was Truth, so yeah.
I should have been upfront with you from the jump. It's just hard to understand that you didn't want to hear my words from me. You wanted the hot guy and the hot music all at the same time.
Wrong, Cyrus. It wasn't about his looks. I fell in love with your words.
BS, it wasn't about his look. That was the first thing you said when we saw the picture. You only fell in love with his words because the face you assume was behind them. Nice try, Roxy. Roxy declines presenting the trophy so we can have an excuse for the Lord of the Bling and Cyrus to be on stage together for the final battle. So everyone just accepts that Cyrus is Truth now. Isn't this nigga like a superstar? This would be national news. Fuck the rap getting slammed. Truth just revealed he was an entirely different person. Who cares about these battle rappers at this point? The Lord of the Bling makes some more bust boy jokes. Clearly he does not care that Cyrus is the #1 song in the country. Cyrus challenges the Lord of the Bling and a final showdown is on the way. This is a great rap battle, like unironically, great props to the writers for coming up with this. Also Bling won. Yeah, buzz off Truth fans, he totally did. Bling's first verse was funny, witty, charismatic, and sets the tone early. Keeps the crowd involved and engaged as well, and just commands the stage. Compared to Cyrus, who's like pretty boring and lifeless and dry, and just stands there like a plank until like midway through his second verse. This dude says that Chris is a backup dancer, waves to his mom and dad and tells him to get his mop, and Cyrus responds with,
You don't want a battle, you're the snake without the rattle, you're the boat without the paddle, you're the duck without the waddle.
No bars.
None.
Not a bar.
Let's not even talk about Bling's second verse, which is just a complete decimation of Cyrus not only as a rapper and a man, but as a character.
You have to hold your mommy's hand before you cross the street. You have to sneak out the house just to clean and sweep.
He just said this man has to sneak out his house to clean and sweep, man. Come on, bro. Bling won. Bling won. How do you even... You know this shit is dated when he mentions Facebook and YouTube too.
Week like 7 days.
A line so iconic, Young Thug stole it 9 years later.
First of all, your verse 7 days. If you know what I mean. I'm up for a week.
I know people are going to bring up Cyrus' second verse and how he brought up the taxi cab, whatever, and yeah, it was a good verse from our point of view. But the audience has no clue Bling actually drives a taxi cab. If they did know, why the hell did they play along with the Lord of the Bling character anyway? They're fake as hell for that. Cyrus is so lucky he saw Bling in that taxi cab or his career would be over. You know, Lord of the Bling, if you didn't react like this, people wouldn't have gone as crazy. You react like a nigga who actually drives a taxi cab. You broke character way too easy. Bias aside, the Renner homies and the Lord of the Bluff lines are pretty nasty. And who can forget the iconic,
I might be a bus boy, but you just got served.
But nah, I still give Bling the dub here. He got robbed. Cyrus wins and the Lord of the Bling is finally vanquished, but Roxy's still salty. Roxy's about to leave, but Chris stops her and apologizes on both their behalves. Roxy still never apologizes for being shallow, but whatever. Chris goes to church because he's saved now. Cool. Roxy comes back to church, so I guess she quit the music business. Yeah, right, as if she has a freaking choice. She already sold her soul when she signed that contract. They own her. Roxy and Cyrus reintroduce themselves and she gives him a hug, revealing that it really was the looks that mattered to her, and Cyrus is officially friend-zoned. He looked like he about to nut from that hug though, like that. They have one last song, which is the movie's title, and it's pretty good. I guess no one cares about Truth now. So Cyrus isn't a celebrity. What about The Contracts? The Masters, whatever, that's the movie. And this last shot of Cyrus is funny. Also, one last hug to emphasize that Roxy friendzoned Cyrus, and it was completely about the looks. Overall, Let It Shine is an enjoyable movie. Like I said, it's footloose AMI with black people. What you see is what you get. It's a typical hiding the truth, the fake identity trope we've seen throughout the years. You know, not really special, but if you want to waste an hour 42 minutes with like good songs, I guess it's a movie for you. It's pretty funny.
Disgusting!
If not, I suggest using that time to read the Word of God and build a strong connection with Him. After all, movies are temporary, salvation is forever. Alright, peace out. God bless. We find out the Lord of the Bling is actually a taxi cab driver. And we find out that the Lord of the Bling is a taxi cab driver.
I love this song.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now.